I have a few things to share. I'm excited about 2026, but I thought it would be really, really sad if we didn't talk about 2025 and some of my favorite tools that I think you might want to look into if you're thinking about next year and what you might want to look at. Um, Perhaps before all of the other vendors and title and escrow and all these people start pitching you on products, I want to make sure you know what my favorite things are tonight. So we're going to go over 12 of my favorite things. And I don't know about you, but I grew up watching The Sound of Music. So it does have a flair of The Sound of Music. So these are just kind of a quick little glance at my favorite things of 2025. And I'll go through with you some of the reasons why I think these are my favorite things. So let's go into the next slide. So I don't know about when Victoria was planning my slide deck, I told her exactly what I wanted and what my favorite things were. And I do not sing. So I am not going to sing this on the slide. I might get a lot of likes though on YouTube if I actually was to sing. But my mom was like Julie Andrews. And so I'm sure if she was doing the slide deck tonight, you guys would have a beautiful voice, Sound of Music. She definitely taught music in elementary education, and she taught all of her children how to be very musically inclined, but somehow I did not get the voice. So Victoria said, Rachelle, I made you basically a song that you could sing. And I was like, Real Geeks for videos and dialing and pawns, chargers to keep on my desk and beyond. I'm sorry if this is cringe. Close keeps contacts all tidy and neat. When following up, you won't miss a beat. Anyways, I'm like super embarrassed now. Like my face is going to turn bright red. But basically, you've got a nice little summary that maybe my mom will sing for all of you. And I'll include that as a recording. But let's start at the very beginning. A perfectly organized place to start. I love this because yes, it's do re mi. It's really sometimes the most important thing is to make sure that you have organization. So as I'm thinking about 2026 and what I can offer all of you is products that are organized, systems that are efficient. That is what will take us as a company to a whole nother level. So the dough part is really having the essential tools and technology. You'll notice that I still very much like Real Geeks. And I'll go over some of the cool parts of Real Geeks in a minute. But we want to look for tools and innovation that help us stay focused every day. And Real Geeks is a part of that, but there will be a new product that we will launch next year in 2026 that I'm testing out. The Ray part, do, re, mi, effective workflows. We do have some streamlined workflows that keep us organized as an organization, but it also might be helpful if you have not taken advantage of some of the things that we offer within the products that you maybe take another look. Maybe you set up another one-on-one with one of our coaches like Candace or Virginia or with Emily. We do have some extensions of how I can intersect and help you guys with your personal business. So having effective workflows is a very, very good place to start. And then I don't know about you, but I love our team spirit right now. We are having a lot of fun with the mastermind group meetings. I just got done doing the Idaho Coeur d'Alene event. We did a cookie exchange. Even after Christmas, people are coming and exchanging all kinds of fun things that we could share with each other. So that collaboration and positivity always makes me have fun when I'm out there. So one of my favorite things, and it has been for now over 13 years, is Real Geeks. And I think I like Real Geeks mostly because it is simple. It's connected to a website, which we have already spent a ton of time, money, and energy putting together. But the three things I love about Real Geeks right now is the personalized video outreach. You could easily do video, just even kind of getting yourself to do one-to-one videos. There is a video creator that's connected to your website. And if you have not used it, you may want to jump on a monthly training or talk to Candace, Virginia, or Emily or Shannon about the video outreach that Real Geeks has already embedded into their system. They also launched a dialer. If you have not stayed focused with making phone calls, the dialer helps you do that. And they launched that, I think, around August or September. And I'm loving that consistency. And I'm making phone calls that I probably wouldn't make before because of that dialer that's embedded into Real Geeks. And then having a lead distribution system that is fair and equitable. If you have not taken advantage of that opportunity, we do have a pond. I am in the process of separating the ponds. So I have a Washington pond, an Oregon pond, and an Idaho pond that can be easily accessed for those of you who may want to start calling and working some leads. Are the ponds, filled? Yeah, there's plenty of people to call. It really comes down to having a system to work and understanding how the system works for you. So if you want to jump on one of those pawn classes, that might be a fun thing for you to do in the 2026 year. We are working on some adjustments to how that's done. So Real Geek still is the best that's out there. Just in the last 30 days, you guys, I have had 2 phone calls from agents in other parts of the country calling me, asking me for feedback because they're dissatisfied. These are brokerages too, dissatisfied with their current CRM. So Real Geeks is a great website CRM, but it's still, we're going to kind of really take it to the next level with that product. Let's go to the next slide. So it wouldn't be a slide deck with Sound of Music if it wasn't for my mom, and she happened to be a closed client for me in 2025. Some of you probably knew that. If you want to see a picture of her, she's the one on the left that looks a lot like Julie Andrews with her short haircut. She's there with her with my stepdad, and Shannon and I are in the picture as well. We were celebrating at just down the street at the Windmill Bistro in Sumner, the success of her sale and her purchase. So celebrating clients is one of the main things that I think I could take away. One of my favorite things. Shannon and I introduced this into our personal business, is doing a closed client get together. We thought, why would we not want to do a closed client? She bought and she sold. Let's do basically a house closing party or a house warming party. I think would work either way. And let's see if we are going to be able to procure additional clients that way. Hands down, it was probably the best thing we could have done. I think Shannon and my assistant did the invitations. We did like an Evite, personally invited people in the neighborhood and some of our closed clients. And we basically celebrated that sale. And just with that alone, we picked up 2 clients. One that was listed shortly after, and another one who's looking to purchase. So that was well worth the money and the time it took to throw a closed client party. So that's one of my second favorite thing. A farewell party or a housewarming party works very, very well. And it doesn't have to be super expensive. It can be very simple, and invite the neighbors and invite people that you know or that people that you want to get your clients to know. Okay, I know this sounds stupid, but I don't know about you, but I run around with a phone or a charger. And one of my favorite gifts that I received from one of my assistants was a convenient desk charger. You can't pour from an empty battery. So having a charger at your desk or in your vehicle, so you're always connected and you're always fully charged, has been a game changer for me. I don't know where my desk charger has been, but it's sitting right next. All I have to do is sit it on my desk and it's charged very, very quickly. So that was an easy one as one of my favorite things. So that's number 3, staying organized. So as you can imagine, my life is very chaotic. I've got 2 adult children. I've got a mom that moved away who still calls me all the time. Some of you who have elderly parents can appreciate that, hopefully. You're basically getting it from all spectrums of life. I've got an 8-year-old, I've got some grown adult children, and then I have basically another generation that I am wanting to support as well. So to stay organized and run a business and have, some close clients and help all of you, I have to be able to stay organized. And so we went through a very deep dive to find a product that would essentially be a CRM that would connect with my contacts in my phone and with my CRM with Real Geeks and with Lofty and with Brivity and with all of these other CRMs that really are what you guys are using. We had to find a system that would help us stay organized. So there will be more to come and more training on close, but we have launched it and I'm actually very excited about the product because it streamlines my communication and it helps me stay better contact with my closed clients. Maybe I haven't talked to my brother who closed a home about a year ago. So Shannon's going to show you just a quick 2-minute commercial about what the product will do. And then you can see a little bit of a look under the hood, if you could, about the product in general. So let's go with that. Candace, you can give me a thumbs up if you can see it and hear it.
I see it. We're good.
Okay, so we get the slide deck back up. So basically what the closed product will do is connect with your sphere of influence, which many of you probably have not touched as much as you should in the new year. So, and stay organized and utilize AI. So that's the reason I chose that product. Well, while you want to stay organized on the tech front and stay up to date and relevant, there's still one thing that I am so glad I did. And Mary Austin, if you're on the call, I appreciate your insight because you shared one of my favorite things that I got as a gift as well from Christmas, which is a bin for the car, something that has some nice little prizes for the little ones. Mary started describing all of the things she does for her clients when they go and meet her. And I now have a bin in my car that has all kinds of cool little things for my clients. So if you have not upgraded, or you could probably, go on social media and ask what are things that go in the bin for a car for a real estate agent. And you'll be amazed at some of these things that can go in your car and you can have available for your clients. But it is pretty cool that we have all of that set up and I'm all organized. I feel really good going into next year. So the AI tools, I am using a paid AI. I'm using a paid chat GPT. If you have not, find one, I would say one AI tool that you're going to use a lot. and you get more when you pay. So I'd probably budget, if you were budgeting and you wanted to use AI, I'd budget about $20 a month for some sort of AI product that will help your business grow. And so after researching, I selected ChatGPT because I've been using it for so long and it knows me and I've trained it on certain things. And I've been able to help my mom. I've been able to help my family. I've been able to translate documents from Germany. I've done some personal business. I've translated my dad's journal into a very nice book. I can self-publish things and prepare things for publishing. It has enhanced my productivity greatly, but it's not the free version. It is the paid version of AI. So maybe don't go crazy with AI, but pick one that you may want to utilize if you are in productivity. And that would be my favorite thing was paying for a product that would actually enhance my productivity. The other thing that I did this last year, which I thought was really fun and exciting, was we worked with Virginia, and she trains and helps business development for those of you who have just got into the business or maybe needs to kind of revamp their business. But there's a Simply Coach program where we have embedded certain tasks and certain things to do to help launch your real estate business. And that is something, if you are needing some help revamping your business, you may want to reach out to either Candace, Virginia, me, Shannon, or Emily to maybe see if you can be a part of that Simply Coach program. There is a cost to be part of that program, or if you are being mentored, it's already included in that program. So love that product, and I'm very excited about where we're going with the Simply Coach. Just to give you guys kind of a heads up on why I'm so excited about that product is, along with Virginia leading the charge and that product, we've been able to be 130, 140% above where we were last year with our new agent productivity. So it's working, and it's helping our agents stay focused and getting where they need to be faster. So look out, some of you veteran agents, because the new agents are coming right up, right fast behind you. We also launched another one of my favorite products. I think I'm like on product number 6 or 7 at this point, the BCR Revive. If you have not checked into that, that's that simple app. Maybe Shannon can explain it. She could probably do it quicker. Why don't you explain BCR Revive?
Yeah, I'd say it's a program for sellers where those that are cash poor but equity rich, ones that maybe they purchased back in 2017, 18, 19, and they're putting barriers in mind of why they cannot sell. I need to have the painting done. I need to get a mover. I need to get a storage unit. I need to get rid of some stuff. Let's maybe get access to some of their equity, up to $50,000 of their equity right now, in preparation for their home to get on the market. And they, in essence, get paid back at closing. So it's a nice little program from those that are also maybe in the middle of inspection negotiations, and maybe the seller is, again, they're the last persons to admit it, but they are cash poor, equity rich. Maybe let's use some of their equity to pay for the HVAC install or the roof re-roof that needs to be done by a contractor prior to closing, and have Revive basically get paid back at closing. So a nice little program for some of those sellers that are out there.
So it's branded with BCR, and we don't touch it. It's just a simple app and very easy to use. We have had, since we launched it, and again, we launched this, I think, spring or summer, we have had 13 people, 13 sellers use the product, very, very happy with it. And it definitely solved a lot of problems. So that's a great tool. If you haven't looked into it, we have a flyer, we have more information, and you may just want to talk with your coach or talk with me about it if you have some questions about using it the first time. QB Casa, still love this product. I use it on just about every house now. It's effortless mapping of basically a floor plan, figure out dimensions, deciding how to fit furniture. Love it. I even use it on a mobile home with a lady who's like, can I get one of those like floor plans to see if if my furniture is gonna fit? It doesn't matter the price. The QB Casa, just the basic one, is free. And it's not that expensive to have it actually measure out with actual dimensions on the product. So love that product. And we definitely have the discount for the first 3 months. That's still in play if you guys haven't checked in a while. If you log in and connect your account with Best Choice Realty, we do have a 3-month from the moment you put it on your phone or your app, you have 3 months to basically use the product, some of the enhanced products at a reduced cost. Love that product. The other one I love is the Back at You or the Social Bay. Some of you, at least 80 of you, or maybe 85 of you are on that program right now, but it's a social media manager that connects your Facebook, your Instagram, and allows you to control the ads that you place. And if you wanted to place your own ads and get your own Facebook marketing done, you could easily do it with Social Bay and plan your social calendar. So some of you have done a great job, and I probably need to spend more time. If I was looking at my wins for the year,
For home
I'd say
office.
there was more opportunity to actually do more with that social media Back at You or Social Bay. If you want more information about that, certainly ask us about that product. It is an opt-in program where you just have to, if you want it, you can pay for it. If you don't, it's not, we don't force anybody to use social media. So that's one of the things that I feel very strongly about. But I love the product and it's working really well for connecting with more clients and more opportunities. Go to the next. Google, I don't think we can really negate the fact that Google is still one of our most used products in our office and with agents that are joining and getting themselves into real estate. We still see about 90% of our agents using Google and using a Google suite, meaning there's Google Docs, a Google Drive, so there's like cloud storage, and Google Sheets, where you can create like a spreadsheet that you would upload into a CRM or into other products that you might be using. So it's no different than Excel. It's just a Google product, and it's all embedded into one email. So if you have a Gmail account, you would most likely have access to these types of collaboration tools. So if you're looking at growing a team or expanding or growing like I am or growing a company, it certainly is a way to collaborate and to stay organized and to really keep your tasks so that you can collaborate with other people on your team. So I do love the Google Docs and the Google Suite. I was able to create, I've used it more than I have ever from task management. I have not used the task and I've just started to in the last 6 months with 2 different assistants that I have to work with, one that manages my personal business and one that manages Best Choice Realty's calendar. I have to definitely make sure that I am very, very regimented on how I look at my tasks and how I use the Google Suites. So make sure that if you need some help with like, I'm going to add an assistant or a transaction coordinator in 2026, you may want to reach out to me, ask me for my checklist. I have a great checklist that I'd be happy to share with you on what I use for my personal business and what my transaction coordinator uses. And all you need to do is incorporate that into your own business and make it your own. And I'm happy to share that. So long farewell. Thank you for joining all the fun. So when the weeks get too crazy or your inboxes sting, you want to lean on a list of my favorite things. May your workflows be smooth. I'm sure Victoria used ChatGPT or something for this. Our tools be charged and our productivity ring out in perfect harmony. But just think of my mom and how crazy raising 8 children was. My mom raised 8 of us. It wasn't quite like The Sound of Music, but I can assure you, I guess I'll tell you a fun little bit before I conclude. I have a couple minutes left to share a fun story or a fun bit with you since to close out the year. But my mom raised 8 children. I was the oldest, so all the way down the line. And then Shannon was the youngest. And when my sister was getting married, she was getting married in, let's see, she was getting married in France in 2017. So that's just a little bit ago. My mom was commissioned by the church and she got married in a Catholic church, and she was commissioned by the
The wedding planner.
by the wedding planner to have all of the siblings. So we had all of us there, all 8 of us there, but we all had to learn how to sing the farewell song, So Long Farewell, for my sister's wedding. So yes, I had to go to music lessons for this. It was quite embarrassing because I just had a baby. So my 8-year-old was just born, and I left him and went to go to my sister's wedding where she was married. My dad got to walk her down the aisle, and we got to sing one of the Sound of Musics with my mom leading the charge, just as Julie Andrews would have done in the Sound of Music. So there you get a fun bit
The
about,
Frenchies loved it, guys.
oh, they
Frenchies loved it.
clapped. They wanted an encore. They wanted a whole nother, another song to be sung. So yes, good thing I only had to just stand in the background because my voice is definitely not like my mom's. My mom carried, I think, us. So anyways, that was a fun bit. Any questions that you guys have or that we could share for the next year? Are you guys still liking Monday night webinars like in this format? Because I enjoy doing them as much as Mondays are very, very crazy. Hopefully you guys are getting a lot out of them. Thanks for the heart, Kelly. I appreciate that. And Tiana, give me some more hearts because it's a lot of work to put these on. I assure you, it's not easy on a Monday. Thanks, Margarita and Jamie. I appreciate the heads up and the thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, make sure that we subscribe to the channel, do all the things, right? So we can start 2026 off with a great year.
We promise not to sing again.
No, promise. Maybe I'll have my mom get on and she can sing next year. How about that?
Happy New Year, everyone. Have a great holidays. Be safe out there this week. We are still available for phone calls. So if you've got questions or issues that are going on right now, we're still all available. So please call us. We don't want you.
Don't be shy. I'd rather get ahead of things. This is where the attorneys like to come out and play is on the last few days of the year. So let's get ahead of it. Make sure that you're reaching out and talking to one of us if you have some questions.
Okay.
Have a good one. We'll talk to you next Monday.
Happy New Year, guys.
Bye-bye.